In the da yawada osana no bosumi da tosu edu miensa wa fimpinu ni eduonu esie mu bibia aha ma wakwaba ede eba CSTV news at 24 esomre na so insama etwego man mu bi man so ndewie yasinkungwa yede kase so ede eba besomu na kase no mayenhwe de bedimu titima ankasa yede yeni ekwa kokyere mu ewo ofanko na amanobo efiri honum eba ebese akwenhye bi esi ewo ho a mekase nipa we se edu baako ometimi ato anananom ewo ensiedo afe impedifo de abeto edwase kaneshi kwantempo no ye kiremo nsanso na ewo honum no omo eba bebunu na afe su no yetimi aye akwan siesie bi ewo honum na National Cathedral ehun sensem no impedifo de abeto dwase forensic audit no ababeto edwa enche kra ne penifo ede ehun amanobo so ebetime aba weni nsema hodo a ndewi yesinkungwa yede eba besomu na kaese ubehu yen ewo Facebook CSTV GS so YouTube obo honuma adoma no boso se ne be ya bibia ye be wa house benya bi ahwe ewo ho ediam jeso mame ama bafu amayenda ye hotel ye ba ede mu nchirima nkasa no ebeso Meda se na yebehye yekasia no asia yidie ni ekwa akokyere mu ewo ofanko barrier na we no areho SM nani se tipa track bi ene spinter bus bi akwa akodi ehia nipa beye se edu baako de omafemu ato ananano ewo ensiedo emududo no nso ade se omprepre mu dempa ya mpempa yekase de omoda ayarsabi awoje won ayarhwe na wo kyere mu edia ofanko barrier sa baby a akwenhia no esi ye no kyese akra kumase kwantempo no eso ana sa akwenhia no esi ye na AD01 Alex Kinati no Ghana National Fire Service na odensem etu ejama yentinsem a wode etu dwano ebi.
If I answer now, I can tell you that almost 30 people have lost their life. Almost 30 people have lost their life. The SCS who said, "Who descended from Vancouver overpass, getting to Vancouver overpass, who said the electricity substation. Or when I see the blue at the Jeba and say, not a boya, a place for me. A place of our problem, a war flat, but a place that was not occur. But because of how you're descending towards barrier, somebody would speak back. If you see a stop traffic, you stop rain, not cars or more back, or no money say I stop. It is not over about 24 passengers. One would you the four tipper truck, the tipper 24 near war of one bus, almost everybody is dead. Another car who one, you won't say over bus an accident, or which you the form. Almost anybody be fry about 3 dead in that car too. Now then another 4 cars to get bunching and about 5 cars in accident for current cars I'm talking to you now. So those of us who are standing there, if you count the number of people that they do from the urban party, we say those who are standing there, they gave me this information. But I still yet totally confirmed, but those who are present when the thing is happening, they gave me this information. Because when I got there, they've taken the dead bodies away.
enti inda ahumachi ya akwenhia esiye ewo ofanko bawe hu amanobo ana wate na yebefro na de ni atremu ewo inselfufro mu Ghana Hydrological Authority na wobo amanye ese prepare ya kasede Accra Academy Mpamprom ana feso first light eno ewo incrane popone mantem no wo behwe se ne be ya biaya isu eto a eyire efa no wo ba be ye esese wo se ne be ya isu eto a enyire emfa mafo na sajubedie no ehye Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development ye try to say tiase garage and sanano and just head of drainage at the authority no Richard ameko echrebu ese sajubedie da wo ba be ye no na se akwan na wo ba be ye no kanishi kwantempon titru ane insanso na just ye fa so ediso akwani aba no ohonso ye betimi ebubu no na fe se wo wie bibia wo behwe na sansanso no yetimi esilibio.
So mom use our road no yeah diverting na fa nchen ade because e be close from Pamprum hono e be close ho entirely na diverted traffic na fa Pamprum road na chi ho na be pie back to first light because excavation now obey from Pamprum no drain here na so it's about 10 meters wide into no e beje sakwan ni nyina excavation no into we say a block no so na be ya yenya casualties be our site no be inquest of how one be akoto amanamu ni ade until be close na entirely na divert traffic na call Pamprum area Pamprum road no yenya drain na a bad in silver footbridge no because of excavation activities ni ade no into no that question wey dey just a bia yaye gata na ewie and so no betimi ehu bebia on be position another new footbridge and also ya dia individual hardware kakra nti by besre drivers nso mo dru sa zebra crossing ade na omunya botre kakra omuntu omubo na crossing na microphone fa
na National Cathedral ehon sensema beto edwa chese omampani dada na nado danko ekufuado ana de baye se oba behwe na National Cathedral no yetimi esi ewo omaimu na feso adehye so etimi enya so emfa so ehon sensem aba make say forensic audit no etimi aba na Felix Kwache ofosu kasamafo ede ama abai no dia tu edwa ese nanu fiada ana forensic audit ne ebeto dwa nemum wo hwedim pa ese attorney general de sa report ni na ebeba se ne be amansani nanso ebehu de etuemu
wodi ACDs ene di dwuma no ACDs no wan fam na kwan so de di dwuma anase ade akoto na ne bo de nsene de wo senka woto no eno ne ye audit nti miami ye press conference o eye fi ha e bi to dwa se audit no e de nsem be to dwa na ni nyan na emom no eno na enka asem ni nyina nti mfa se e no kura se bia ACDs ne ma to ne board ndodo but ye nko dwom nko hwe se na ese nka woto no anase bia wo obi ye kanana na akoto na woji bibi e de wasa wo sire mu ana eno na ye forensic audit nti na abanka so okay audit na bade a ene ye nya forensic audit ye no mu wesuko ni yehu ni papote a eye na mfum so se saade no e bai na yehu ana mo ebetu
wo se eye one cedi saade ton go
ana so of amra kwan so na odidi se adwa na no na ye fe no forensic audit na am se eno no aban emre nim for penny eye attorney general o ma auditor general to me say onye sa audit no ana o share ne say onye sa audit no nti o ma ye na wo twe eye efiade atwemu ya na be ka attorney general sa report announcement so I say quite report no dey abri attorney general na nsa ka na so hwe mu hu de wom ansa na obetimi de bia to dwa o de atodwa nti so hwe mu wi no ye mu mpensem mo yode hu so so be to Ghana fo nyina enim na wa kire anamo a otu afa ensam ewo audit no nti sa na etisisi a e wo me say bia wo de ACDs ene di dwo
Swafo no ekasama abai Felix kwachi ofosune ekotene enka na unim xenophobic attacks no na ekosopa ewo eye South Africa mainum ama chese Ghana phobia so eho etimi enkedwemu ama abai eyense obefa manfo bia chese nde yomho akedwemu ewo South Africa mainum se ne bia woso betimi ababe piemu ewo omaimu na wonjeje pa wodi egu akwemu no safoni na ye de won aba oman Ghana hanum essay nenum ana swafo no ehwe amahodo ensenso samo okujato ablakwa nde wobo eye Kristo asafo eye Pentecost ese omutimi abo modern power brasem eba ye omuso omutimi gina wona so tintin pa ebo ai mase wona wo South Africa no so ye de won so eba efie jojo na ma yetinsema owura ablakwa ede etudwa.
The Pentecost Church has more branches than we have embassies across the world or even in South Africa. And so the church decided that you will step in and offer safe haven, offer refuge to Ghanaians who are fleeing. The data we have now indicate that there are about 500 Ghanaians you hosted for 2 months, 2 weeks, in the Pentecost branch of Kempton Park, the Pentecost branch of Johannesburg, the Pentecost West branch of Pretoria, the Pretoria West branch, where we had about 300. In Kempton Park, there were about 100 women and children. In the Johannesburg branch, you had only men, 98. And then in the Pretoria West branch, you generously hosted 298, so almost 300 Ghanaians. So you put all of this together, we are talking about 500 Ghanaians that you hosted. And the head pastor, Apostle Bernard Anyimedu, coordinated the efforts. And so this morning, on behalf of President John Dramani Mahama, on behalf of the government and the people of Ghana, we are here to convey our profound appreciation to you, to the church. You have demonstrated to us what it means to be Christ-like.
Anti Samuel Okujato Ablakwonu and Oyeswa for sure Amahodo is Esuna. Owe yechire anna dwentreni ede Emma Church of Pentecost Apostle Eric Nyameche also ede sebe tudwa wochire we say eka nyame nko anka chese ye kunu ewo South Africa mainumu now the sanse we etudwa wa brasa mu okujato ablakwa eko ne na say ewo Church of Pentecost headquarters anu ewo la in crime poponi.
We want to bless God for what is happening today. In fact, when the chief of staff reached out to me, and then he hinted that you wanted to come and show your appreciation, I thought that was it was in order, because when we actually worked very hard to evacuate the students from Ukraine, and we needed to pump in a lot of money. And because they were students, we had to work very fast and very hard, including Nigerians and all that, because we have the Pensa, all other nationals are part of our church. And so we needed to be cutting them across the borders to Poland, like you were saying. So I'm very happy that you are mentioning that. But we didn't hear any thank you from anyone. and then this one also came. But I lived in South Africa for about 6 years, and I suffered a lot from some of these things. I almost died in South Africa. 2 times were accosted by armed robbers. The last one was too dangerous. When I was leaving South Africa, the day I was leaving South Africa, that night, my luggage, they were stolen. And then when we got to the airport, one pastor said, as for you, you have suffered too much in South Africa. And then recently I had to rush to South Africa, about a year plus, when our national deacon the national deacon is the one who takes care of our finances. Now he was kidnapped in the midst of an offering, and I had to rush to South Africa. And I was the right person to go, not because I was the chairman, but because they know that I've also suffered from some of these things, so I needed to go.
Na Gentleni Ede Emma, the Church of Pentecost, Apostle Eric Nyameche, and I could say the Canona, Yabobo Remo, our Apomode, and Semu Naswafua, or Shapomode, and Semu, and Quabanaminta, a candon in day, what they cocobo, Ede Emma, Malfuaches, and they yet to me, Apostle, or say one co, now one coso Senebea, Apomode, upon subit to me, a demon. Nande kokobo akwa ma wona chese ya posti wo akọ enyame ya hodwe eno ewo omaiga na ha na wa hyese efri osana ne bosumi de beto su eduonu wa chese ya ma unkrata se ko bebi kosom na chese wa nkono ade se emre no eso na se wa nkwa ya ade se appointment ayede ema wono ye beji ede efri wonsa.
We have concluded on the recruitment of about 8,000 of health professionals. Over the years, it was restricted to nurses and midwives. And so this time around, in the 2026 recruitment, what we have done is that we are giving almost every cadre some quota. And those who have not reported, with the greatest of respect, they must report before or on 20th of this month. If you don't go after 20th, it means that you will not go and you may forfeit that opportunity. So I had financial clearance before we started doing that. And so those who reported early have even gotten their salary. So we're not going to pay any arrears this time around.
Na Director General Ede Emma Narcotic Control Commission, you try to say NACO, a Major General Masuo Obuba Ede Sababa between Idra Wotrebo ese Nipa Beye se Yeka in Rubonia, Chese Ekoso Ewo Omaiga na Hanum Seya, Nipa Beye se 82,500 in Pim Edio Watering Munu, Itripo Aha Enu. Ana chese wana we yusu anase wade nrobone tampi bi edijuma ewo maimu sana ehre akosuna wase oko asante mantema nipa be se 16,300 ana chese sa nrobone no so we koso ewo honum na wade sasen we etu dwawa bra wade jumedie bi ehihye so eye endrada eye International Youth Day celebration wade ehihye so ewo Kumasi de emu amanie to Edra.
Research conducted by University of Ghana School of Public Health in 2025 estimated that there are 82,500 people who use drugs in Ghana. The drugs they use include heroin, cocaine, tramadol, methamphetamine, and this drug that I've mentioned excludes cannabis, which is the most abused drug in this country. So you can imagine. Out of this, 16,300 are coming from this region, Ashanti region. Honorable. HIV prevalence among persons who use drugs in the Ashanti region was 6.6%, several times above the national average of 1.4%. The study also found out that 10% of people who use drugs begin before the age of 15 and 54% before the age of 19. Those figures should make us pause and think about how deeply opioid use and misuse has penetrated some of our communities. In 2025 alone, 1,179 people received treatment for substance use disorders from 30 treatment centers across the country. And 88.5% of those receiving treatment were between 20 and 44. And let me bring your attention to something. By the nature of my work, I sometimes visit rehab centers. I was so sad when I saw 3 medical doctors 2 pharmacists, and 3 nurses at a rehab. After studying for 7 years, you end up at a rehab.
Na yɛbɛto ayɛsɛm no ɛso yɛde ani ɛkɔ akɔkyerɛ mu ɛwɔ ɔman mu mmarahyɛ badwafie na ɔman mu ɛyɛ kyiamehene ɛwɔ mmarahyɛ badwafie abankesfo Sumana Bagben Eden Krata Ababetu Edrandrada and as wode ebaya wochebo ese Mrashe Bijafoni na Omombra Mrashe Bijasa se Juma bi Abba ese wase pedifut me etnase na wotumi ebobo sa ensemno ehun na wochrebu edia osana ne musumida ebeto so eduonu wotwe wafimpinu ni eduonu esiemu ana Mrashe Bijafoni na ebeba Mrashe Bijona asema abayi obetimi atena so na fe yetimi abobo hu yese yefa sa kono efree order 58/4 mu senebea Mrashe Bijafoni na so ebetimi aba na nia abayi pedofo betimi atena se na fe so yetimi abobo ensem hu na mayenjana sanwe so na yenda yen hotel ya ba edwede mu sem nya de akechin so ya de ebeso mu
the manager of Crystal Jurek Pet Shop. Here, we have varieties of pet foods and accessories. When it comes to dog foods and cat foods, we have everything. We have the 25 kg pellets, the 20 kg, the 10 kg. We have Happy Home, High Performance, Dog Chew, Jack Pet Food, GC Puppy and Adults, High Retrieval, Happy Canine. When it comes to the leashes or the collars, we have everything, whether small, medium or large. We have their supplements, their vitamins, fish oils, medicated soaps, and their tablets. We also have the flea and tick sprays, their refreshers, and when it comes to their bowls, we have different types of bowls, stainless or plastic bowls, medium, large. We have their traveling bags, their bathing tubs, their towels, and all their chains as well. We also do breeding of dogs and cats. Whether you are looking for poodles, puppies, any mixed breed, we have them. Foreign cats too are available. When it comes to their treats, we have the big bones, we have their biscuits, we have their snacks. We have our locations. One is located at East Legon American House, adjacent KB Clay, near Interpol Avenue Street. We also have a branch at Blue Lagoon, Sacramento, opposite the Ghana Poultry Farmers Association, General Anchor Street. You can contact us on 0243 03 2066 or 020 473 8175. At Crystal Jurek, we will always want your pet to smile.
Mayasa Mobibia Aquaba Bioda, so I share if we are planning to record CSTV. So, dear, so a dear more as 7 Naswafu, I was sharing your name, moon or the DSM. So, Eric Opoku, Ede Sabat to a Jawo Treble essay. I will impede for Eden Shemapa Ego, Aquemus in a Bea, oil palm industry, Ghana oil palm industry, no. Obaya insakra e wom se ne be a e wodime de wodin so betimi akoyin nim na nyuma so etimi ebuso de sanse we to Jawa bra tree crop development authority amunde jumede bi ahihye so ye national palm stakeholders forum a de hihye so e wo in crime poponi mountain.
Ghana does not lack policies, studies or good intentions. What we must now demonstrate is the discipline to implement, the courage to coordinate, and the determination to measure results. A policy that remains on paper does not create a single job, raise a farmer's income, supply a processor with raw material, or save the nation $1 in imports. Policy acquires value only when it changes lives. This roundtable must therefore be more than another conversation. It must become a platform for alignment, accountability, and action. Oil palm is not merely another agricultural commodity. It is a strategic link between agriculture and industry. Across the value chain, it supports farmers, nursery operators, transporters, processors, traders, manufacturers, and service providers, with women playing a particularly important role in processing and marketing.